Okay, so this is not a professional video. I'm not into trying to make a professional video. I'm trying to help out everybody to get understanding, not to get understanding, to get the input of what I found, because I am also a Sidi road bike shoe enthusiast. This is one I bought a few years back, had a crash. The other one's also scratched up, but don't matter. This is the, I think the something 10, forgot what it was. I like it, it's comfortable and everything, and this is, I would say, a more budget friendly shoe that I'm sure a lot of us have gotten. It's a great shoe, I love it. I've ridden with it, and it's very comfortable. But I finally decided I really wanted to find out what the big deal was with the Wire 2S, Wire 2, and the Shot 2. And the thing is, you know, you got the Shot 2S and the Shot and the 2 Wire S, and then you don't know if it's worth the money. This one, I bought it on, I even wrote down the names, and I'm not affiliated with these companies, so I'm not getting any money off of this. I'm not affiliated with Sidi either. I like their shoes, and I'm sure a lot of you guys really like it as well, but nobody has the money to go ahead and spend about $1,000 in shoes to test them all, which is what I did. Not this one, I bought this one a while back, but these two, I bought the 2S and the 2S as well. There was the Shot 2S and the Wire 2S. The 2S's are supposed to be slimmer, but I wanted to verify. And I have to show you guys my foot too, so you guys could maybe use that as a reference point to what you guys decide to buy. But I'm going to give you my input of why I found the one that I really like. And it's possible that I'm actually keeping both of them, even though it was 4 shoes that I bought. Just letting you guys know, I spent about $1,000 and I was able to return stuff. But here, just to get out of the way, from tour cycling, I bought these two, and like I said, I may be keeping the Shot 2. I've got the Wire 2S. Now the Wire 2S from Bicycle Addiction, similar to this, just slimmer fit. They sent me a 46 and a half. I wasn't too happy with that. I'm a 46. I told them I'm 46 all the way across all my Sidi shoes. I got mountain biking Sidi shoes. I got a pair that I finally decided to replace. In fact, I was supposed to bring this out. These are 17-year Sidi shoes. I've had them for 17 years. These are leather. If I send them to the Dominican Republic, they will clean it, fix it up, put it to work again. But I decided just to retire them. Damn good shoe. That's why I bought Sidi again. Broke all the cleats and everything, but that's why I decided to buy Sidi again. Like I said, I had this one already, and I chose this to use it on my bike here in my indoor gym. And these are not cheap either, you know, for us who are broke like me. $200 for these. I think $189, $205, I can't remember. The 2S from actually the 46 and a half Wire 2S from Bicycle Addiction, I think was like about $389. The Backcountry Shot 2S, I think this one came out to $417. But believe it or not, from Tour Cycling, $277 and $288, and that was not the S versions, not the slim versions. Reason I chose to return the other ones had nothing to do with price point. I wanted a good bike. I wanted a good bike shoe that I was going to keep. And what I found was the following. The Shot 2S that I got was like more of a gray finish. It looked very plasticky. But regardless, it looked nice. It looked sharp. Really liked it. But when I put on, we'll start off with the 2S. We'll start off with the 2S. Excuse me, the Shot 2. So the Shot 2 I find has more perforations. If you look online, they say that the Wire 2 has more perforations. They said it has more ventilation as well. If you look at this, I'm comparing both of them. You got there's the outlet, there's the intake. This one you have to unscrew to pull it out, I guess, to open up the vent. Mind you, these are brand spanking new, so I'm gonna keep this one, but this is supposed to be the vent carbon. And it only has one here and one here. What I like is I saw these notches that looks like the air flows in through here and it goes out this way. But if you look at this, you got air comes in through here, comes out through here. So not only that, you got more perforations here, got another here where this one doesn't have it either. So in my opinion, the Shot 2 has more ventilation, if you ask me. As far as they mention how one is very, very stiff and the other one's not, well, let me see. That one's stiff. That one's stiff. They're both stiff. As far as soles, I believe they're both carbon soles. Now, let's look at weight. We're always looking at weight, even though, you know, eventually we're all gonna die, and it doesn't matter if we lost 3 grams or not. We're all gonna be fat by the time we die anyway. So, but regardless, let's go ahead and figure out the weight, and we want to figure out grams because everybody's on grams. So, milliliter, ounce. Yep, there goes grams. All right, you guys see that? Hopefully, this is with no cleats on, 357 grams. I hope you guys see that. If you can't, sorry, because I'm not re-recording this. I better just verbalize it. 357 for the 2-wire. 348, 349 for the Shot 2. So we're looking at 8-gram difference. Wow, my feet are really gonna feel it. I definitely should get these. No, again, I don't go by the weight. Doesn't matter, you're gonna be pedaling hard as hell anyway. So on that note, what else did I find about these? And then the difference, and we're gonna go ahead and compare it to our older, well, we're cheating because we got this cleat. Oh, let's throw that on there. That's, look at that, 367 with the cleat. We said this one 357. Let's find out how much the cleat weighs. Planning on putting this gray one on with the screws. You know the screws are metal. That's 20 grams there. And hardware, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not pausing any of these videos. So this is 33. So screw it. Let's do the numbers again. 2S. I mean, excuse me. This is the wire 2. 387. Shot 2, 382, except we save 5 grams. 368. So, look like this one is lighter. But anyway, I've been drinking wine, so I can't remember. So if you guys go ahead and figure out your numbers, now you got your weight out of the way. All right, so on that note, these are, I hope this is a rated R video, but these are badass. I love the design that they put on these. Again, they don't have as much perforations as these do, but these look beautiful. I really like the way they set up, you know. Looks almost like alligator skin or something. But anyway, I wanted to check out the comfort. This is slick. I like this because I have my foot, the problem where like the back of my heel really sticks back, so this part really sticks in. So if you look at that, I hope this thing is still recording. If you look at this, it'll actually cinch it towards the back. In fact, I can't even wear work boots because of that. So these things are really a great help. Let me see if I'm still recording. Yeah, it looks like it's still recording. All right, so the other thing, this is the shape of my foot. For all you guys, I'm not gonna put hand cream on my feet. I don't care how you spell dry. D-R-Y. So, not such a slim foot, not such a fat foot. I am semi, what's the word here? Semi arch. Marine Corps, they would call it flat foot. But it's not complete flat foot. Still got a tiny bit of an arch. Okay, so us with foot pain, we know what we're going through. All right, so the difference that you usually notice on the wire 2 is that you got this side mount, and then you have the 2 that are centered here. I'm going to show you first the Shot 2. I think I'm keeping them both. You can watch other videos that's going to talk to you about how this looks inside and blah blah blah, whatever. I'm just talking to you guys about the layman's of the way we like to look at things. So when I put the shoe on, for me, the 2S is a tiny bit too narrow. Mind you, it's not super narrow, but it's a tiny bit narrow. So you would feel it here on the 2S just a tiny bit, and I'm sure once you start riding it, they'll flex. But this is not leather. This is a composite material. Just letting you guys know. Don't think you're gonna get leather. It's not leather. You're actually supposed to clean it. They said that it could mold and stuff like that. So like the typical CD, you tighten them down. Okay, and that's it. The problem that I didn't like is there's like a little bit of a gap here. It's almost like when you're wearing a shirt that has too much in front of your chest. That's how it feels here. Like I got no chest in the bottom of my foot. You know, I got like, it's very thin. My foot is very thin. It's almost like a duck right there. Got like a gap right there. Other than that, it holds my foot good. I like the shoe. It feels good. I didn't cinch it down over here. They do feel like a brand new shoe. So I liked it because of all the vents that it has, and the statement of it being, you know, as firm, you know, firmer than the 2S. I just don't feel it. For those of you who hate the Velcro that's on the side, hello, just go like this. Just put it on that side. That Velcro keeps the tongue in place. People are always crying instead of trying to figure things out. So Velcro is not a bad idea. If you find that your center of foot is more like here, but you got a bigger foot, well then that's it. That stays there forever. And from there you just loosen the shoe going to the right, and it'll always stay there. If you think it's more shallow, then you move it over to the left more, and then when you crank it down, it'll go to exactly where you wanted it. Nothing wrong with that. It's just the one Velcro that's there, and you'll never have to move it again. This one doesn't have Velcro. Now, putting this one on. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's true what they say on the internet. This thing fits like a glove. Fits like a glove. This thing feels great right off the bat. Plus I'm accustomed to my old shoe having this style. Kind of like this also. And as you can see, this one doesn't even look centered. Unlike the other thing that looks more centered, you know. But I'm not gonna be paying attention while I'm riding. But if you look, this thing, it's like almost feels like it was molded perfectly for my foot. This is the wire too. So ain't no, people aren't lying where it's saying. And mind you, look, it got vent back here too. I didn't realize that. Yeah, the wire 2 doesn't have that vent. Oh, you know, I keep calling it wire 2. The Shot 2 doesn't have that vent where this one does. But I don't sweat in my heel. I sweat in this mid section. So, but anyway, fits like a glove. I prefer, if it was up to me, I'd just keep this one. For some reason, I'm thinking about keeping the other one. You see, this one's already divoted in. It's already pushed in. It's like works. It was way in there. And it's molded my foot. I cranked these down. I got no space. I got very little space back here. The other ones, the 2S's, I was actually able to push my finger in there. But I think that was because it was a 46.5. So that's my take. Out of all 4 of them, I decided to keep the wire 2, not the wire 2S. You guys saw how wide my foot was. This is the wire 2. So I hope that helps you guys out. You can go ahead and get out the video, because after this I'm done. I'm not talking anymore.